Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and happy Saturday. Yes, I said it. I'm your host, Scott from the Compass Rose True North podcast, and it's a pleasure to have you on. Now, tonight we have a really great guest and all that. Now, you probably don't know him over here, but you might. Hey, who knows, right? Exactly. That's what I say. Anyway, Cigar Loungin podcast. They're great guys, smoke cigars, and have a lot of fun with each other. So, without further ado, I'm going to bring on one of them, LH, the local hero. Good evening, brother. How you
What's
doing?
up? What's up? Chilling, man. Chilling. Trying to get through this shift. I'm chilling though.
See, getting a man at work and everything like that, I appreciate you.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
means a lot. It
yeah.
does. Now, so anybody doesn't know, how about introducing yourself and a little bit of your background?
Uh, LH, man. Local hero, man. How long I've been smoking cigars? God dang. Over 13 years smoking cigars. I don't know what else people need to know, man. You know, uh, of course, the podcast. We've been doing that for about a year. My man, my brother, and my homie Kenbro. We known each other for well over 20 years. Went to the same high school. Got the military together. Both exited in the Navy. That's how we reconnected with each other when we was leaving the Navy.
Go
Um,
Navy.
Automotive background. That's what I'm doing right now. Sitting out here wasting my time, but they paying me for it, so that's cool. You know.
So you've been smoking cigars, huh? That's one of your biggest things. What? Okay, now for Cigar Lounge and Podcast, what is it really about?
Oh man, it's bringing the hip hop culture to the cigar culture, man. Um, not everybody's as fashionable as you, Scott. Sometimes we don't wear, we don't wear the blazers and the turtlenecks. We wear Jordans and jeans. So that's basically it's what we bring to the table. Hip hop references, pop culture references, a lot of I don't know if I can curse on here. A lot of
Oh yeah, you're good.
a lot of shit talking, stuff of that nature.
See, and that's what I like it because you know what, LH, with you, your brother, Kenbro, and all that. You know what? First of all, thank you for your service. We're all Navy brothers. We doing this together, and that, and it means a lot because you give a lot of support for other boutiques, such as myself and a lot of other people, and you end up giving them voices. And you like to change it up to where you're in that hip hop culture.
Mhm.
What does that mean for you in Kembro?
I mean, I don't feel as though we were properly represented in the cigar community. There's a lot of us out there. I don't feel as though we were properly represented. I feel as though when I first started smoking, you had the good old boys. I walked in, people look crazy and funny, like what the hell he doing here. But now you turn around, fast forward, we in the culture now. So I see a lot of shows, great podcasts. I see a lot of them yours, Burned. I listen to a lot of these podcasts, Coco, and I like it, but it's not geared toward the demographic that I come from. I like
Mm.
them. I watch them. I can laugh. I agree to them, but they're not talking the vernacular in which I'm accustomed to.
So let's get there.
Let's do it. Let's do it, man.
So where are you from?
Chicago, man. West side of Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago. Chicago. I
Yeah,
love Chicago, as you could tell in my background. Go
yeah,
White Sox. Gotta
yeah.
love them. Gotta keep it
I'm
classy.
actually from my house. You could walk to Soldier. Well, if you feel like it, you can walk to Soldier Field. You can walk to what the fuck is that? Guarantee. Used to be U.S. Cellular. Used to be
Yeah,
Community.
guaranteed rate field.
Yeah. You can walk to United Center. People park where I lived at just to get to United Center because it was that close.
Oh hell, man! When I come down for frickin' the Blackhawks game, I'm gonna have to frickin' hook up with you.
Yeah, man, it's right there. But we literally like right there. Like you can walk, you can catch one bus to take you there. So You catch the train there. I personally, I do train faster. You know.
Mm-hmm. So as we do this and all that, it's a lot of fun because again, LH, I had the great pleasure of meeting LH a while back, and that's how we met more and
Yeah.
less actually physically over at Rally Point,
Yeah.
which was a heck of a lot of fun.
Had a good time. Had a real good time.
Seeing you coming in late, walking in there, but you know what? You got to be a part of the best part.
Yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, so if you don't know, that's how I really started off with podcasts. Was by LH grabbing the phone when I was talking actually Tim Montana himself.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, okay, let's do this. And we created a podcast right then and there. And it was a lot of fun. I
Yeah.
hope to link up with you and a lot more in the future in that.
Oh,
So,
definitely.
so let me ask you a question.
Good.
In your area and all that, what would you say more or less people are more driven to on such as cigars? What types of cigars? What draws them in?
That depends. If I'm speaking for self, I don't, I don't really have. Here's my thing. I don't want to be that person that's attached to one thing, right? So I like to.
Mhm.
I normally go for full bodies, Maduros, but I try mediums, I try Habanos, I try Connecticut's. Not too into flavor cigars. I may try an infused one, but I'm not. For the sake of trying it, I'll try it. I'm not really like stuck on one brand. I like to dove in and try different brands because you miss out if you're just stuck on one brand. If I'm just smoking this brand, and that brand might be just as good as this brand, I'm gonna miss out on it. Plus, we can't really, you can't say we did podcast, or you talking about cigars, and you only smoke a specific cigar as well.
What has been, how has been, in your own words and all that, your journey? What's it been like?
Oh man, it's been fun. It's been hard, but it's been fun. Um, it's work, man. Um, did shows when I was sick. Did solo shows, scrambling to come up with ideas, scrambling to come up with guests. It's been fun though. Met a lot of great people, had a lot of great conversations, and got introduced to a lot of great cigars.
What'd you say was your most interesting story throughout your journey thus far?
The hobo story.
The hobo story. You got to
Okay.
elaborate on the hobo story.
So we did the We Outside part two. We was at I think it's Wallabies in the park. It's a steakhouse out there. It's
Okay.
not too far from Philly. So we go, we eat, and we thinking, hold on.
Mm-hmm. Still having fun. Check it out with my buddy right here, Mr. LH of Cigar Loungin Podcast. Like I said, it's a great time. It's an adventure.
Sorry about that, still at work. So yeah, so we sitting at the everybody leaving, we get up, you know, he tell my bro, he like, B1, he's like, how much you drink? I had one drink. Okay, cool, you're cool to drive. So you give him the keys. And like, oh, I'm gonna go check out, the bar. So we think, yeah, he's just gonna go, look around. So we all go to the car, we sat there, we talking to Ray, we just having a conversation. And we like, it's been 10 minutes. It's been 15 minutes. What the hell is Hobo? So me and Ray go in to find Hobo. Hobo's sitting at the bar with this couple. I don't know who this couple is or how he get introduced to him. And he hands me some whistle pig, and he's like, "Yo, who you know this guy?" He's like, "Yeah, that's my lover." And I was like, "Man, what the fuck?" The bartender put his
Whoa!
head down, started walking away. The woman looked blown away. I was like, "Oh my goodness, this dude here."
But look at this guy over here on the sidelines. Your compadre and all that. So what really drove like you? Okay, for so anybody doesn't know, this is Kenbro. He's the other part of Cigar Lounge and Podcast. Good friends, great people. What really got you into it and be partners and to do this?
You honest with him, bro?
You gotta answer that because this is all your idea.
Both. This is both of you.
Oh, of course, I'm a fucking genius. Of course, it's my fucking idea. Now to be honest with you, okay. So to be honest with you, I already had a channel. I was doing travel, whiskey reviews, cigar reviews. I like, you know what? I want to do the podcast. So originally, I was just gonna do the podcast, and B1 was my first guest, and we was talking. And Kenbro was like, man, what you should have a co-host on that. You could bounce ideas off of him, so you ain't just stuck on one subject. If you get stuck, he could pick up for you. I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Kenbro, he was already editing other stuff for us, so he's like, okay, he's gonna be an editor. Sometimes B1 he works at night, so he sleep. So I'd be like, oh, Kenbro, jump on the show with me. He'd be like, yeah, yeah. And we'd be like,
He don't
yeah.
do. He don't be that nice. Don't let them fool you.
He'd be like, yes,
It be
yes.
all
He'd be like,
kinds
yes.
of threats. I
LH
be
for
all
you.
kinds of
LH
obscene
for you.
words, all that type of stuff.
LH for you. I got you. And I'd be like, you welcome. You welcome.
No.
You both are brothers, man. It's not like real blood brothers, but it's like a family. That's what it brings to the table. I had the great pleasure of meeting you both in person. Kenbro smoking a cigar with you, freaking smoking a cigar with freaking LH. Well, LH had a little bit more. He had, nice spirits and all that. Thank you for Tim Montana and all that and his crew in Armed Forces Brewing Company. But where you guys had started from, did you ever think you would have gotten thus far?
I lived my whole life, but this shit should work out.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I was always destined for greatness.
Yeah, every episode, I'm like, yo, this shit should work out. We just do the episode. I'm like, this should work out.
Yeah,
I
just
mean,
keep working at it.
When you work and you put in the work, and you actually people could look and see that you're genuine in what you're doing, it has no choice but to grow.
Mm-hmm.
So
how is this when you guys do your podcast and when you guys are traveling and doing other things? How are you able to do that and balance your work life in your family life? How's that been?
I have no idea. I don't know how it happens. It just happens.
It's just one of those things where everything comes together.
Yeah, I think everybody who is connected with us pretty much understand, what we're doing. And basically it's like everybody need their time. So I do this when I get my little, my little sit in the corner time. So, it's just a lot easier when you have somebody that understands, what you're trying to accomplish,
Yeah, it's all about the help with your partner and all that. And understand your schedule, you understand their schedule, and y'all work together to try to achieve what y'all try to achieve. And, make time for different family functions and work life and hobbies and alone time. Just pretty much, working together to make sure everybody doing what they got to do.
And again, I think those are great points right there because some of us, like I said, we're white collar, blue collar working people. Like LH, you're at work. Kenbro, you travel a lot. You have a family and all that. I mean, the support that you get from your families to be able to take the time and do the things that you do. Now, how does that play out? Like when you're talking to younger generations and when they're seeing you out in the public, out talking to people, do you get anybody saying, "Hey, I know you"?
I do, but they're normally in my generation or a little older. I don't think contrary to popular belief, I don't think, I can't say that because they are getting young. Well, I do. All right, so let me rephrase that. The younger people who I do associate with, they already knew that I smoked cigars. So then they already knew what I was getting into. But like just meeting, like I said, I went to CI and we met a couple people, but they were a little older. Or I might meet some people at the lounge who are about in my generation, my age. I haven't met anybody younger yet, but
Yeah, I mean, I'm not known like that. My neighbors don't even know me, so I haven't had that situation yet.
Oh man, it's like one of those blank things. You don't see me, like the gecko. You don't see me. I blend, I blend, I blend. Yeah, right. You're the now. What is your Kenbro? What is your role that you play in the Cigar Lounge and podcast?
Everything except for the host.
Everything except for the host.
I'm the producer. I'm the editor. Co-host. Almost every goddamn thing, and he don't even pay me.
I'm the brain.
It's a thankless job.
I know, right?
but you
I
get
tell
to
you,
enjoy it. You guys
I tell
have
you,
fun and all that. You keep it smiling.
you get to
So how
bask in
long have
glory.
you both? What's that, LH?
You get to bask in my glory. That's your payment. How about that?
Whew.
I need some benefits. I need health insurance.
Oh shit, we can't do that. We under 50 employees anyway. We ain't got to give you shit.
That don't mean shit.
So you guys gonna start up get a 501 right there instead of a
Nope.
401?
Mm-mm. Nope. You
No
got to figure it.
retirement plan, no
Nope.
nothing.
Nope. You got to figure it the fuck out.
But again, ladies and gentlemen, this is LH. He's pretty much the host and he's pretty much the face of it. Kenbro, of course, he's just lagging in the background. But what you don't see and what you don't know is all the hard work that he does. And my hat's off to you. I'm not taking my hat off, but my hat's off to you both for the different work that you both do because it's important. And when you try to help educate a lot of different people and open up their minds to not just the bigger brands, like what are your guys' thoughts when you have Padron, Fuente, Drew Estate, all the big ones that have already made their names and all that versus the boutiques?
I mean, everybody was a boutique. Everybody was a boutique at one time. Um, I just believe there's no shot at anybody. I just believe the boutique brands work harder because they have to. They experiment more because they have to. They're more personable because they have to. You know.
Hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, like boutiques, boutique brands is trying to find their groove. Bigger brands already found their wave, they groove. They on autopilot right now. Because, they found the stick to sales, and every now and then they release something new. But as far as smaller brands go, you always working. You always uh releasing something new until you find that one stick that just, take you to another level. So until then, you got to keep working. You got to keep grinding. You got to keep meeting people. You got to keep taking insight, criticism, all kinds of stuff from your customers, and until you can find that one stick, you can just put on autopilot.
But you got to take criticism from people who you know would buy your product. Don't take criticism from people who getting free shit. Like take criticism for somebody who actually
Hmm.
care about your product and actually give a damn about if you succeed or not.
And I just got to point out one thing: know your audience. Just
Hmm.
saying, know your
Read
freaking
the
audience. Read it.
room.
Read the damn room. Okay?
And read it well.
Get with the freaking program, ladies and gentlemen. Enough with the dumb shit and all this other freaking stuff. So, that being said, what do you guys do? How do you guys fight a lot of the drama that happens? Because we all have it. Everybody talks about a good game. Hey, we all work together. We're all buddies. We're all this and all that, which is all a bunch of bullshit anyway. Because we're being real here. That's what this is about: is being real and be able to explain it to people.
We don't condone sucker shit.
Hmm.
Plain and simple. We don't condone it. We don't get down with it. And once we see it, we address it. And it's whatever happened from there.
Yeah, I don't play around. And, like once you step across a line, you get checked, and then if things get better from there, or we just move on, we go our separate ways. We ain't got time for the argument. Too grown, got too much shit to do to be beefing with somebody that don't affect my life.
But I am with the shits. I do I do like being in the shit. So don't say my name.
Don't say his name.
I'm gonna pop up like a
Don't get
candy
in
man
it.
on
Don't get in that
you.
shit
Don't
now.
do it, you heard.
Oh God, here we go.
Don't you do it. No, man. I mean, that we had an episode about that. There's a lot of sisters that are leaf food, and when I said that, I was being dead serious. They're like, what is going on with the guys? Like, where's all the drama coming from? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who raised them. I don't know any of it. What I do know is in our group, our select group, we shook some people, but in our select group, there is no drama. There's no drama between us. We do what we have to do. We lift each other up. We have great conversations. We hang out. That's our circle. So we ain't really worried about the beef. All that beef is that's like it's like people screaming at you across the street. I don't mean nothing. I can't hear you. you know,
Hmm.
scream over it's like screaming over a freeway. I don't hear nothing you talking about. Like you can sit back and you can do all that. I don't hear that, man. I just think a lot of these guys keep up drama, one, to try to put their name out there, two, for relevance, and three, because they have nothing else to talk about when they're on a podcast or they're on the live. And four, hate, definitely hate. Hate is a
Hate,
big
hate,
part.
hate, 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 hate,
Hate is
hate.
a big part. A lot of these dudes, they mad at people because they hopscotched them. They jumped right over. They Mario jumped them. They mad at that. They wanted to do something and you doing this. Now they like, oh, well, I'm gonna try to take them down a peg, and you know how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but to be able to maneuver through all that, because we have so many right now, we're having so many new people that are starting to start up their companies in the cigar brands, in the cigar industry. And I think that's awesome. The women in our industry have made strides. They've
Mm-hmm.
come a long way. So I give much credit and respect to every single woman that's out there that's grinding. Yeah, we hate that word, but you know what? It's the truth. We're out there grinding day in and day out, whether you're grinding in a podcast, grinding as a brand owner. But you know what? The most important thing is, just like me, on my cigars, I'm a face. It's my
Mm-hmm.
cigar. But all those hands that went in to making it, creating it, Championia Cigars, the factory workers, they're the backbone. They did this stuff day in and day out. So I give much props to them because they don't get a lot of credit for a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's
This
true.
shit ain't about nonsense, ladies and gentlemen.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. I think, like I said, I think it's just a lot of people. They miserable, man. They're not what they think they should be in their life, and instead of trying to fix it or change it, that takes too much
Mm-hmm.
accountability and self reflection. So they just gonna find
Yeah.
somebody to blame it on.
Or rather, try to tear down others instead of take care of your own business. That's where
So
I get
for
lost
other
at.
viewers, how do they how do people get to view you? When do you guys normally go live? And how can they reach out to you and connect with you guys to get on your podcasts?
We just started going back on live episode, with the exception of this Monday. Episode drops every Monday. It won't be this Monday. Maybe not next Monday. I'm in TPE, so I don't know. But we'll definitely keep y'all posted when the next episode will jump. Follow us on IG, either one of us. Cigar Lounger Podcast, or whichever thing.
Kenbro, Kenbro underscore TLC.
They follow us on there. We on wherever you stream your shit at. We on except for Apple. We on Rumble, we on YouTube, we on IG, we on TikTok, we on Facebook, we on Spotify, we on Anchor FM. We on a lot of shit. So you just hit us, find us and hit us, man. You just hit us. You can DM us on IG. You can drop a message on YouTube. I mean, wherever you find us at, just drop a message.
Now, do you guys talk about if you could elaborate a little bit, what are your more focused topics that you guys like to talk about?
We freestyle all this shit.
Focus topics. I mean, it all really depends on what's the hot topic that we decide to talk about today.
And the guest. And
Most
the
of the
guest.
time it's usually I mean with the guests it's usually interview. It's usually an interview and we just asking questions. Like as
No,
far
no,
as
that's what I'm saying.
topic
No, what I'm
goes,
saying is, like, even with that, it depends on the guest as well. Because some things we can ask some people that we can't ask other people, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But yeah, it depends on the topic, and I mean, it depends on what hot topic it is, because it's kind of like barbershop talk. We talk about just about anything, and we don't focus on too much one thing. We try to stay away from certain topics because it's kind of like we want to kind of keep that vibe, that cigar lounge vibe, where we just having fun and relaxing. We don't want to, you know, try to get everything uptight, riled up, and pretentious and shit. We just want to keep fun, have good conversation, give some insight on certain issues, and not take ourselves too serious.
But unfortunately, I take you seriously because I like you guys. I like your shows because whether you're having a good time or not, you guys are doing much more than that. You're relating to a lot of younger generation because, like LH, you're from Chicago and all that. Kenbro, you're likewise. You're in Chicago and that.
Mm.
You're at work, you see a lot of younger people. Yes. Is that an easy area to live in? No, not always. You got the gangbangers and stuff like that. And when they see you guys doing something, it gives that kind of sense like, hey, there's hope right there. I can get out of the situations that I'm at.
Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah.
I mean, unless you find yourself in jail for like life without possibility of parole, I mean, anything is possible to get out of. I mean,
Yeah.
she gave you that blood test, you know, find somebody else to get to stick the shot with. I mean, you can get out of that. Look, there's a lot of things that you can get out of.
But it's
Yeah.
important, though, hearing it from you guys because you
I
lived in
mean,
it, just like me in Detroit.
Hmm.
you just basically gotta figure out, what you want. You gotta understand how to move through the world. You gotta understand like what spaces you need to act accordingly. Everybody like to just go everywhere and be them sit and just act one way. Like that's not how this world works. You can't go down the street. I can't talk to LH the same way I talk to my boss at work. And you just gotta understand that. You gotta understand how to operate in your climate. You gotta understand what it is to be an adult, first of all.
Hmm.
Gotta learn how to be you gotta understand how to be an adult and how to act accordingly. And then you just gotta you gotta set some goals. Everybody don't want to be in the hood. There's some people that want to stay there. More power to them. I'm not gonna shade nothing. That's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. Some people want to get out, and then you gotta figure out what's your way out. Because everybody can't rap and play basketball. So you gotta figure out what's your way out of the hood. Like are you gonna work? You gonna try to go to school, get your high paying job? Oh, well, when I say school, I don't mean like go to a 4 year university. If you're not gonna be a lawyer, a doctor, 4 year university is not for you. Go get a trade. Go to a trade school, because you tend to spend less money and end up earning more money than going to 4 year institution for something that you can just go to a trade school for. So you just figure out what it is you want to do to get up out this situation. And until then, man, just act accordingly, man. Just try to stay away from the bullshit. Um, and if the situation ain't for you, it ain't for you. Don't try to be somebody you're not.
I
And
think
I appreciate that and respect that a lot, Kimbro, and all that. That was a lot of good information. And all that. What about you, LH?
I think our ability to maneuver through a lot of rough areas in Chicago is the reason why we're able to maneuver through this bullshit that happens out here. We know how to move. When you know how to move, you know, it's
You ain't
really
got a
nothing they
personal
can do.
body.
So yeah, but I think it all depends. It all depends on the people you surround yourself with as well. If you surround yourself with bosses and people who aspire to be bosses, you're normally going to become one. If you aspire yourself with bums and people who drink Philadelphia, you're normally going to become
Come Philadelphia. Ah,
you're normally going to become one of those. No, you got to surround yourself with good people, man. Like if you surround yourself around positive people, you could love your job. But if you surrounded by positive people, you're gonna find yourself saying, "Man, I don't want to go there. I hate this place, man." It ain't the fact that you hate your job; it's the fact that people are draining and sucking your energy away from you. You got energy vampires. They're
Hmm.
sucking the energy from you, and you don't even know it. You wake up in the morning, you tired. You want to go back to sleep. It ain't the fact that you tired. You had your 8 hours. It's the fact that you sat there and you hanging around energy vampires. They don't drain your energy.
Hmm.
mm. See, interesting perspectives on different things. Now, on the flip side, you guys do what? The best out of 25 of cigars
Mm-hmm.
for throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
How did you come up with that? And what is your guys' process through that? Do you like smoke that's what I want to know is do you smoke every single cigar or what?
All right, so what we do is we get together, do some illegal drugs. And from there, no, every one of us is smoked, and we trust each other judgment. That good, but Because there's been some that Kenbro had that I haven't had. I've had some that he hasn't had. So we just go off of each other's opinion. Then we also take into consideration. All right, how we take it, we go the criteria, smoke output, of course, flavor, of course.
Mm-hmm.
We ask other people's opinion as well, what they think about the cigars, and we just go from there. Construction, of course, construction is very important
Yeah.
as well. So we go construction as well as one of the things in there. Pairings, because we we don't want a cigar that doesn't pair well with anything. So like we go into all this stuff, we get to talking about it. Kim bro, like, man, how that taste? Not like, it tastes like this, blah blah blah. Yo, Kim bro, how that taste? Man, like this. I liked it. It's creamy. We go like that.
Blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah. Bong bong.
I'm sorry. I gotta have a little bit of fun with you guys. Come on, man.
Bong
It's
bong,
about
man.
having
That's all
fun,
right.
man.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Fuck
And
that.
also, like I said, we ask a lot of our a lot of our friends, a lot of our good friends who are cigar connoisseurs and cigar snobs, what they think about some of these cigars. So yeah, so we
What's
don't
your
just
what would you say okay, so let me ask you. So what is your top 5 thus far?
for this year.
Mm-hmm.
But our top 5, hold up. Let me
Let me
pull it up
see,
right quick.
top 5. Now, that was last year. You talking about as of right now, this year,
Oh, as of right now?
as of right
Mm-hmm.
now.
As of right now?
Ocho Cinco's still on my list. That's still my number one.
Okay.
I don't know. I know I'm gonna mess the name up. Otabatala by Argon Factory.
Obatala, yeah.
Obatala.
I've
That
had
shit's
that
so
one.
good. Oh my god, that shit's so good.
I said I'm still gonna do Street Taco,
Street taco.
Rojas.
The fucking newspaper Maduro.
I'm with you on that one. I'm definitely with you on that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna put that on. Let me see. The Byron definitely going on. The Byron is staying on my list. Byron is staying on my list. So that'd be
The
4.
Byron is really, really good.
It's
I
really,
enjoy
really,
it.
really good.
I enjoy that one actually, to
I
be
ain't had
honest
that
with
one
you,
yet.
more than a lot.
Yeah, that's really, really good. And my 5th one. I'm gonna go with Sassy. So you know what? I don't know. I can't say that yet. Because okay, it's cigars that I tried. Okay, so I am gonna go with the Redemption. But there's a couple other cigars I have to try. We got to get into it. Yeah, we try a lot of cigars.
Yeah.
Doing
In that fucking CEO Amazon Basin.
Yeah, but I thought we just talking about boutiques. I do fuck with it though.
Oh, if we just talking
Oh,
about
but
boutique,
that is a good cigar though.
I
That's a
think
really good.
we talking
It was
about boutiques.
surprisingly good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, because there's quite a few boutiques that are coming up, like Arizona Jim. He's coming out with his own. I hear that Rican is coming out with his own cigars.
Yeah, we heard a little buzzing about that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it was something else I just had.
Who knows? I mean, maybe we might do something. We don't know yet. But if we do, it'll be a short run. It'll just be for anniversary. We just ain't. I don't think we're really into that realm of being a cigar brand owner.
Hey, it's a lot of fun, but yes, it does take work.
Yeah.
And it does take the funds. And a lot of people get that misconception, though, that you have to have like $5,000 to start a business, to start with cigars, which is absolutely false.
See,
you don't need that kind of money to start it off.
So I just don't think we ain't in that mode yet where we feel like we want to go that route. But if we ever did, we got a lot of people, man. We was once upon a time, and we glad we didn't take that route. We was thinking about doing it.
That's fair.
We didn't take that route, man. So
What keeps you guys interested in cigars? Is it like when you look at a cigar and when you guys go to pick out a cigar, what attracts you? What draws you more to the cigar? Is it the band? Is it the name? Or what? What really draws
It
you in?
it's for me. It's mostly the band, and sometimes if the name is outrageous enough, it could be the name. The overall look of the cigar too. Also draws me in.
Sometimes I look at it, I'm like, man, I really want to tap that ash. Uh, no, hold on.
It's see, it's interesting stuff right there. He likes to tap ash. Wonder
Hmm.
what else he likes to do.
All right. So anyway, the band, yes. Suggestions too. It's a lot of suggestions I
Yeah.
get from people that makes me want to try them. If I see it too many times as well, if I'm seeing it and it keep getting posted up, I definitely try it. Let me see the name. I'm with Kenbro, the name, and who makes it too. Like it's certain companies that I know that just don't miss. And certain
Mhm.
companies when they drop it, I'm like, that's. I haven't even tried it. To be like, that's gonna be good. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that's gonna be good.
Especially if you mess with the owner like that, like if you know the owner and stuff like that, and y'all real cool, and you think that they doing some good shit, that also draws you in too.
Yeah, we have yet to meet the owner of a cigar brand. It's crazy, man. You got a podcast and shit. We talk to people, but we don't know one owner, man. It ain't like we could just it ain't like we just DM these owners and be like, hey, send me a 5-pack, here go the money. I mean, it's crazy. You think we would be able to do that. Man.
It's that easy. I've been around for a little bit, and we've all met. That's crazy and wild how that works.
I told Kenbro hit me up one time, and he was like, man, how you order sassy soda? Like, he's like, I want to order some sassy sauce. I said, then order some. He's like, so do I go on the website? Hell no, I don't go to the website. We're like fucking peasants to you. You talk to Kim. You go directly to the
Go
source.
right to them.
Sorry, y'all.
I
I'm
see,
sorry. All y'all website people. I
I don't
apologize.
order stuff much. I don't order stuff a lot, so I'm not an order. I'm gonna walk in the store and buy. So I don't know. I look at Amazon and I try to order something off Amazon, and I just go look and see if I can go get it from like the store or some shit.
But that's real talk.
Yeah,
Oh, Chris,
I don't like ordering at all.
I don't mind.
Rican is actually in. He's in the comments right now.
Oh, shit, I can't see
Fine.
that.
Welcome, Rican.
I thought the comments
What
flashed up.
up?
There you
What up?
go. What in oh, here comes old man glasses right there.
Did he put on the glasses?
I had to read the
Woo!
comment.
Bad decision here. Yo, shut up, fool.
It's always bad decisions. What are you talking about?
Rican, hold on, Rican. I know you ain't talking about bad decision. Don't you do it. Don't you do. Remember, we got pictures. Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
See,
No,
now with Rican, with him coming out with cigars and all that, which I think is phenomenal because again,
that's
it's
dope.
about supporting one another.
Definitely dope.
You got to get him on your guys' show.
Oh, we already talked about that. So we already it's already locked in. Is whenever he decided to go in and do it.
Right on.
We're gonna get together, have some, have a couple of adult beverages, smoke some cigars.
I'm gonna have coffee and I'm gonna have some carrots and
Headbutt
be
a couple
healthy.
truck tires. That's how we do.
Carrots.
Yeah,
Yeah, it helps his eyesight.
coffee and carrots. You never had that before?
Responsible.
Bro, do carrots and all that. Your eyesight's still bad because you're still putting on glasses, my man. So that's freaking bunch of bull right there.
I
No,
never
it
said it was for my eyesight.
reverses
That's what
it
that
too.
man said.
Whew.
I just
Man,
like
be like
carrots.
hobo and come up with some freaking fun facts here. What the hell?
It reverses all
Fun
that.
facts. Make sure you guys follow on Real Talk right here, Cigar Lounge and Podcast, because they are a lot of fun. LH, he brings a lot of freaking, basically, both of these two guys right here. I won't say what I want to say, but both of these two can complement each other really, really well. See, Kenbro's real quiet right now. He's more the quieter one, but once you get him going, yeah, look out.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey.
I am the Saint at all
Woo!
times.
Rican, man, shut up, man. Rican Wilder. Rican is wild.
Thanks, Rican. Hey, man,
I
gotta
am saying it
represent.
all
Things are
times. What are you
changing.
talking about?
But so, what are your guys's? What would you say is your everyday smoke? What do you consider an everyday smoke?
That's a couple. It depends. It
It all
depends.
depends on what I'm
If it's
doing.
just me, everyday smoke, I can smoke factory smokes all day. But if I'm talking to MJ, it has to be like a Menso or Grandma Habano. It's got to be something. Or I'm not
A
smoking 67.
6x60, anything,
Yeah, it gotta be a 6x60 with MJ because yeah.
See me, I grabbed the Grand Habanos because I can get a bundle like 5 for 20, and that's
Mhm.
what I usually just fill up the humidor. I can smoke it. If I don't feel like finishing it, I just leave it sitting on the table and walk away. A barbecue with it, cut the grass with it. You know, if I'm not doing a show or nothing, I ain't had to smoke nothing all fancy. Just grab me a Grand Habano.
Rican, I will kick you. You know what, Rican? I won't even dignify that with an answer.
LH Quorums and Kenbro, you got the Kenjamin.
What is the Kinjamin?
I have no freaking idea, but that's a
Unless
new
he calling
one
my
for
name
me.
or something.
I
I
will
think that's
not.
my name.
I will not.
Say my
Kenbro
name. Say my name.
Tatianas.
Oh hell no! I'd rather smoke a corn. I'd rather smoke a corn.
I'd rather not smoke.
Whoa. Now, in your guys' band, because I don't drink or anything like that. So, what is your guys' drink of choice when you're smoking pretty much any cigar? Do you have a go-to drink?
I don't drink. I drink water with my cigars.
No, I don't have a go-to. No. It could be rum. It could be scotch. It could be
It's whatever the
bourbon.
cigar tells me.
Yeah. It could be beer.
Like
Interesting.
usually when I smoke a cigar, sometimes they be like, "Yeah, you need some coffee. Hey, you need some whiskey. Hey, you need a beer."
You definitely need
It's
a beer.
just
See, Chris is that's easy Philadelphia for LH.
He gonna say he got one more thing to say. I'm gonna catch him outside and punch him in the neck.
It's one of those things, man. It's loving it. Okay, so what do you guys think about the 4 teams that are getting ready to go up tomorrow?
who playing tomorrow. I didn't keep up with it.
All of
You
them lose.
got Kansas City against Baltimore, and then you got the Detroit Lions at the 49ers.
All right. Well, since I'm closer to Baltimore, I'm gonna pull for
I
Baltimore.
I want Baltimore to win, so I guess Lamar Jackson can be more quarterbacky.
More quarterbacky?
Yeah,
Hey,
more
hey,
quarterbacky.
Wow, that's different. Okay, quarterbacky.
yeah. That's the term that was used. He's
That's
not
what the one
quarterback
of
enough.
this sports analysts, this one of this lady, a sports analyst, she say that Lamar Jackson is not a league MVP candidate because she likes a quarterback more quarterbacky.
That's an interesting way. Now, is that like you could say that for a cigar too and all that, more cigar-y.
I like my whiskey more liquory.
Everything's got an E to it. Liquor-y, cigar-y, women-y, men-y. I don't know. That's a different way of putting things.
I know, right?
It's the
Like, what
mystery
does
of
that
life.
mean? Like, what does that mean?
You said you like quarterbacks back? Oh, good Lord. Here we go.
I'm about to argue with this dude.
This
Here we
guy is
go,
on
Chris.
one.
Okay, that's gonna stop.
This
Okay,
guy here is on one.
He's shooting his shots.
that's gonna stop. Let's
So,
see.
all in all, with the industry the way it's going right now, what are your views and philosophy of what's happening right now in the industry and how could we make it better? In you guys' own opinions. At being a podcast, as long as you guys have been, what do you think?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I see a lot of like cigar brands that tend to like overprice they shit.
Yeah.
Like I understand, valuing your product, um, what you think it's worth, but sometimes the market pretty much dictate how much it should be spent. Because you have a
Mhm.
lot of cigars that's overpriced, that's not even worth the ticket. Then you have some that's like underpriced. I just feel like when you get to a point, some brands it just be all name, and a lot of their cigars don't really taste, the money that you pay for it. Like you have that's a lot that when you smoke it, you got I'll pay another $20 for this,
Mhm.
and that's some like you almost kind of want to ask for your money back.
Yeah. Yeah. I see
That's a
what you're
true
saying.
statement. I've come across a few of them.
Oh
hmm
yeah, I had a few of them. I had a few of them.
Yeah, I mean, it just I guess better pricing for products and shit.
I
Uh,
think also,
mm,
I think the ability. I think more. I think talking to your fan base more, man. I think a lot of these dudes they get
Facts.
to a point where they don't talk to their fan, and I blame the people too. The people put them in that position where they feel as though they don't have to talk to you. Oh man, they want to talk to me. And like nobody's bigger than the program, man. And everybody, you got people out here thinking that they are bigger than the program. You got people out here who are too self-absorbed, man. They too focused on putting themselves in other situations, right? Like you got people who can't create a buzz, but they try to jump on the other people's buzz. What we need is people. There we go. We need is people to relate to their audience, man. That's what we need. We need people to relate to their audience. We need people to go out there and just do what we've been doing. Like we had a good summer. Like you said, we had a great summer. We had one good run. If we can
Hmm.
get just to have one summer like that was good. But imagine if we had 3 or 4 like that, where everybody's on the same page, man. Where everybody's talking, everybody's having a good time. Everybody, you know, we started some type of charity event. Everybody is supporting. Everybody is doing their part. Like imagine we can have 2 runs like that, 3 runs like that, 4. Like, come on. I just think everybody has to take their ego and attitude out of the situation that's going on, and then once you do that, everything gonna be all right.
Yeah, but how do they do that? That's the thing.
Take their ego out
Because
of it.
there's a
Stop
bunch
being
of
bitches.
bullshit right now.
Stop being
step
bitches and
around the
take your ego out
ego.
of it. I mean, and again, start calling people out, man. Start calling all these people out. Y'all allow these people to sit here and do this sucker shit. So start calling these people out, man. Let them know they suckers. Maybe they don't know they suckers. Somebody might have to tell them. Not everybody know they a sucker. There's a lot of suckers running around right now
hmm
don't know they suckers. So that's another thing. But I do think we gotta get the brand owners more involved with their clientele. Yeah, you do have some that do the cut and
hmm
light and everything. And that's good. That's really good. But I think you need to be like that's why I like boutiques because they're more involved. You can catch them online. You can catch them on IG. You can catch them on Facebook. You can catch them on YouTube. You can ask them questions, they'll answer. I just think for the industry, the brands, they need to be more what's what I'm looking for. They need to be more
Reachable.
reachable and transparent. I think for the people, they need to realize that we're in this to relax and have a good time. Stop creating unnecessary stress with all this BS y'all trying to kick up, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
Exactly. Yeah.
agree. Chris he's on board. I mean, he has valid points too. A good cigar is not made overnight. You can't rush the process. You got to take your time.
Yeah, but also, like I
hmm
said, I also think though, a lot of times how to make the best cigar is just ask your fan base, what do you like? Because I remember I was talking to not only was I talking to Alan from Founding by Loyalty, but I talked to plenty of cigar makers. It's not trying to,
hmm
but I talked to plenty of cigar makers, and they said the same thing. Somebody, I like a couple of my cigars, but most of my cigars I don't like because I don't make cigars for me. I make it for the people. That's what I'm here for,
hmm
to get the
Hmm.
people
That's
what they want. That's why
that's
I
the
said a
same
lot
thing.
of. Go
That's
ahead.
the same thing. That's the same thing I heard Belladonna say.
Yeah, that's why you
She,
got to talk to the people and see what the people want. If you do that, you going to succeed because there's a lot of
hmm
there's a lot of cigar makers that don't do that. They're just making cigars for themselves and their friends, and they think that everybody gonna like it because they like it. Oh, well, I like it, so everybody else should like it, and that ain't necessarily true. So,
So, what would you guys say to like new cigar boutiques, brand owners, and all that on how to market their cigars and how to get out there more?
I mean, ain't nobody gonna get you out there but you.
Mm-hmm. You the face. You the
You
owner.
the
You
face.
you the face. You gotta
You
get
gotta
out
drop
there.
at least one piece of content a day, at least
You
one.
gotta you gotta hit the good old campaign trails. You gotta shake some hands and kiss some babies.
Be ready to send you some free shit out. But send your free shit to people who actually move the needle.
Mm-hmm.
Valid
Don't send,
point.
don't
Valid
send,
point, my friend.
don't send it to everybody. Send
Mm-hmm.
it to people who move the needle. So
So,
yeah,
sure.
you gotta, like I say, you get it out there. If you get it into the right hands, the right people are gonna smoke it. Other people gonna see these
Mm-hmm.
people smoking it. They gonna want to try it. Then they gonna tell their friends. And they gonna want to try it. Word of mouth
Mm-hmm.
is the best advertisement. Period.
It's the only marketing that works consistently. I don't care
So
how
look,
many motherfucking commercials you put on the goddamn television, on the social media feed, ain't nothing like word of mouth. And most of the time, it's kind of free. It's the cheapest way too.
Exactly. But people don't know how to utilize it in the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've seen it some and all that, like trying to talk like, love Arturo Fuente. I absolutely, and I love their cigars.
mhm.
It's great. That's, normal. Padron and all that. But the problem is, yes, do they have a show on? They have a show on every Sunday and all that. But when you want to try to ask them a question or reach out outside of their shows, you can't ever talk to anybody.
They're
Mm-hmm.
inaccessible.
And I think that's a problem because it's like, hey, you're sitting up there on those high horses and you forget where you come from.
You
Mm-hmm.
never want to appear higher than your audience, and I think that's a lot of that's the problem. But that's the problem or it's starting to become the problem with a lot of these cigar makers. It's not necessarily too much of a problem now, but if you look, it's starting to become that way where you're not accessible, where you can't just talk to somebody, where you can't just, hey, I got a question for you, you know, and that becomes the
Mm-hmm.
problem. People don't want to play. If I feel as though you think that you better than me, you don't need my money.
Yep.
Now, as you guys, as a podcast group and all that, but also as consumers, what could you say to cigar brand owners right now for what do you see that they need to do better?
Depends on who we talking to.
We're talking like everybody, just in general as a group, whether it be
Well,
boutiques, it be the bigger
don't
group.
don't be so controversial. You know, because you want to when you out there as an owner, you want to present yourself in a certain fashion. When you seem like you're a person of controversy, you kind of like shy people away from your product. You want to, be more personable. You want to be a person that you want to be a person that your consumer feel like they can contact you, whether it's directly or through some kind of channels or whatever. Uh, you don't want to sit up there and act like you unreachable and untalkable. Talk talk with. The person
Talk
can't
about.
talk with you. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna scratch
Well,
that. Hey, cut
we
that.
got you. We
Scratch
got you.
that, cut
But
that.
We
We
got you.
didn't
We got
hear
you.
that.
yeah.
We got you.
So yeah, but still, you wanna you wanna seem like a real talkable kind of guy. If the people can approach you, if they see that
Approachable, I think what you're
you
looking for.
you so immersed in controversy all the time, most people ain't gonna want to approach you because they don't know how this is gonna go.
And see me, I'm opposite of that. Say more controversy. Pull your titty out on camera. I'm saying you gotta
Look, whoa,
Woo!
Janet,
you
Janet
gotta
Jackson,
create.
Janet Jackson, calm down, Janet Jackson.
Whoa!
I was just trying to help y'all create a buzz.
Just remember, one
Um,
time that was a one-time thing, man. She just
I was trying to
flashed
help
it,
you
and
create a
it
buzz.
was there.
We still
And
talking
guess
about it.
what? We're getting, the funny thing is how you brought that up is we're getting ready to go into Super Bowl, so maybe the next one up. will end up
Hey,
doing that same
hey,
thing.
we still talk about it.
Vice versa.
Um,
It could be for men and women. Hey, who knows?
I would say, I would say, I say go to more lounges, but don't go to here. So here's the thing: a lot of them, not all of them, a lot of them go to the really big lounge. Go to the smaller lounges. Go to the lounges. Where I mean, I understand you want to go to the lounge where you sell that, but you understand you're gonna sell that anyway, right?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's like when you run for president and you run it in your state. If you were good in your state, you're gonna win your state anyway. So we ain't worried about that. Go somewhere else. Go to some of these small lounges and go talk to them and go hang out with them. You don't
Mm-hmm.
need to go to the Casa Monte Cristo every couple months. You don't have to go to CI every couple months. You ain't got to go to Burn and all this stuff every couple months. Go find you one of these very little shops where you can go in, sit down, talk to honest people who gonna tell you their honest opinion, and I think
Mm-hmm.
that'll help you improve your product.
Now, what do you
Oh
guys think
yeah.
about the comment that Chris just put out there?
That's true. That's true.
Yep.
That's
I mean,
true.
that's the only way you can get your product out there. You got to be out there pushing it amongst the people because they the one that's gonna buy your shit.
Hey, I'm
You
gonna
know,
be on. I'm letting you know, I'm on bullshit. I'm on pop all year.
man, go find yourself a corner.
You
Don't
never,
tell me what to do.
man, you need something.
I'm on pop all year. Everybody, Suge Knight back, baby.
Oh,
No,
here we go. What
I'm
can
just saying
make
though.
but all honestly, what can make our industry a lot more fun?
What we doing right now?
Yeah,
True.
and in the words of MJ, get the stick out your ass.
Hey,
Yeah, what
man,
we
Pull
doing?
it right on up
get the
out of there.
Jamaica man out.
Yeah, I mean, what we doing right now on MJ Live last night? What we doing, man? Like I said, we had a good summer, man. Remember, we have 4 or 5 different live. Everybody pop in, everybody have a good time. If we can get back to that, that's what the game been missing. That's what this has been missing. If you look at it, ain't everybody on there. They all mad and upset, and they slouched and they shoulders down, and their voice ain't so loud. They ain't so. You know what I'm saying? That's the
he he just gotta say that once a day.
okay.
He probably
So
wake
that's
up
I
and
mean
say that.
that's what it is though. We need to get back to that run we had, man, where everybody feel comfortable talking and hanging out with everybody, where you could jump from this person's stuff to this person's stuff, and you go, drop a comment, y'all can
Hmm.
get to a hearth, you can hang out. We need to get back to doing that. Once we get back to doing that, the fun gonna happen again. But as long as we sit here and let people who don't contribute to the community, they're of the community. They smoke cigar, but they don't contribute anything of importance or value.
Not contributors.
So once we
Yeah.
start getting the vultures out, then we're gonna be cool.
But how do we do that? That's the question.
You gotta separate them.
You know.
You got you got to call these people out and separate them.
And now, okay, a little bit elaborate on when you're saying call them out and everything, because a
Let
lot of people
them
take
know
it in
they
a
a
different
piece of
way.
shit. Let them know they ain't shit. You gotta start. You can't keep people can't keep sitting here caping and lying and covering for these people that they know are succubus. That they know. If you ain't shit person, stop covering for. Oh yeah, he cool. Or he no. Tell them like, bruh, you bring down the vibe when you come in the room. You need to chill. You know what I'm saying? Let people know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we gotta get back to what we was doing, man. Get back to talking our shit, having fun, man. Once we do that,
Hmm.
we good.
I would agree. I would think that the hate needs to stop, but the only way to do it is by everybody coming together and saying, "Hey, enough is enough." If you see it, you know it's wrong, say it's wrong. Don't turn your head away
Mhm.
from it because
Because you
that
encourage it.
doesn't help.
You encourage that. You encourage that. Once you start encouraging that behavior, then you can't. You know what I'm saying? If you encourage that behavior and you never stop it, don't say something behind a person's back. You want to say to their face. If